today I am going to be filming my absolute most requested video ever. I think I've gotten more comments and tweets asking to film this video than any other video. More than a makeup collection, more than a room tour, anything. It's just insane. I can't even believe it. And that is how I lost weight. I have really struggled with my weight over the years. I mean, it's literally a common thing. Everyone doesn't like something about themselves. Personally, I don't like, some parts of my body. It happens. It literally does. And I finally just decided to take control of it. It was an extremely long process. Lots of years. This did not happen overnight. But I'm going to share with you guys what I went through, what I did, and just basically, I'm just going to share with you guys my story. So first off, basically, I'm tall. I'm 5'10". I always have been tall. I've always been the tallest girl in my class. It's just, I'm tall. My mom is kind of medium. My grandma's extremely short, but my great grandma was 6 foot and she was tall and I got her genes. And with that, I carry an extra bit of weight with me. I have always been in sports. I played everything from soccer to softball to volleyball, basketball. I ran track. I've swam. I was a massive ice skater. I have always been in sports. And with playing sports, you gain muscle. You gain muscle in your shoulders and your arms, and especially in my legs. And that is where I have all my muscle, is in my thighs. I cannot tell you guys the amount of muscle it takes to ice skate. You guys might be like, okay, well, you need muscle to push yourself. Okay, no. Jumping, spinning. It's so intense. Playing basketball, running track. I mean, the amount of muscle you build is just unreal. Playing volleyball, jumping. The list goes on. And that has always been my greatest strength and my greatest weakness with myself. My greatest strength because I had so much muscle. I was strong. I still am. I can run. I can jump high. I can swim extremely fast because of this. But at the same time, with gaining muscle, it also makes your thighs extremely big and your arms a little bit bigger. And I was never, happy with that because of the fact that I had bigger thighs. I mean, it's embarrassing, when you put a bathing suit on and, your thighs are massive. And people don't ever look like, oh, look at the muscle. No, it's, oh, look at the fat. So, and I didn't have fat. That's the thing. Like, they just saw big, so they associate it with fat instead of associating it with muscle. So I've always been tall. I've always been very muscular, been very athletic. I like the term athletic more. I have an athletic build. That's what my doctor says. I enjoy that term way more than just a muscular. I don't know why. I guess it sounds, I don't know, more appealing to myself. So I've always kind of struggled with it. Once I got into more, ice skating was good because, I was, working out at a younger age, but then at one point it just I couldn't ice skate anymore because I got too tall. So I got into volleyball, and volleyball was great. I got into basketball. Basketball was great. I started to notice that weight was coming off slowly but surely. This was in middle school. Now, middle school, obviously my parents aren't going to be like, Al, you're fat. You need to, go on a diet. No, I'm a middle schooler. Why would my parents ever tell me that? My parents were always great. Yes. Were they like, Alex, you probably shouldn't drink pop? Obviously. But my parents never ever told me that I was fat. Nor was I. I was never. I was tall. I was athletic. It's just what happens. High school came around. I played sports all year round, even during the summer. It started with basketball, volleyball, track, did camps throughout the entire summer. I was always in shape. It was great. When I noticed that I was in my absolute best shape was my junior and senior year of high school, and that's because I swam. And if any of you are swimmers out there, you know what it takes to swim. I was muscular. I was cut. I had, I was toned. I had a figure, I can't even tell you how much I loved my swimming body. I loved it. I loved being a swimmer, and I felt so confident in myself. It was unreal. Fast forward a year to college, and I was not playing a sport, but I promised myself I wasn't going to get off track. And for my freshman year, was really good about it. I worked out every day. and ate really well at the school cafeteria. Even though the food wasn't tremendous, I made do with what I could. Luckily, where I go to school in the freshman dorms, there is a full kitchen. I was cooking all the time, you know, salads, vegetables, you know, fruits. I could not have found a better place to help, you know, keep me grounded when it came to eating well and being healthy. So they always tell you about the freshman 15 and how you're gonna gain 15 pounds when you go to college because you're not used to it, you're not used to living on your own, blah, blah, blah. I actually lost 15 pounds. I lost a lot of fat in my stomach as well as some in my legs because I wasn't doing the extensive workouts that I was used to, and I just kind of slimmed down. It wasn't like a dramatic change, but my parents could definitely tell by the end of Christmas I had, you know, kind of slimmed, I guess you can say. I don't want to say I was super skinny, but at the same time I did lose weight. It's just that it wasn't an unhealthy amount, it was actually a good amount. It was places that I needed to be, and that was great. Winter came around and this is gonna sound so bad, I just didn't want to go to the gym. I really didn't. I was dating someone and they were super into working out. They kind of made me hate it because I just didn't like how pressured I felt to work out. When I did it in the fall semester, I kind of did it at my own leisure. I did what I wanted. I swam, I did classes. I just kind of did it, you know, I did what I wanted. And when you have someone that is so into working out, it really sucks because they want you to do what they do and what works for them. And if my one piece of advice to people who are trying to lose weight, you do it when you want to. I've been in so many situations where I've worked out with people and they pressure me to do what they do because it works for them. And that's not how you do it. That's just not. And there is similar situations that will come up in, you know, later on that I will talk about that happened. And I can just tell you right now, that's not the way you do it. You have to find what works for you and what is best and what your body, you know, is attracted to. Like, most people like to run. I love to run. Some people don't. Some people hate it. Some people like to just do the elliptical. I hate the elliptical. You have to find what works for you. So winter semester kind of lost it, you know, didn't do much. I was still playing, I had moved into an apartment off campus, so that really sucked because this was towards like the end, and that really sucked because I was away from the gym, whereas when I lived on campus I was right there. So in order to go to the gym I had to drive to it, which is an inconvenience. It really is, especially when you live off campus. So I recommend staying on campus as long as you possibly can. I really lost it my sophomore year. Fall and winter semester kind of just, yeah, I just lost it. I didn't have a passion for it. I was playing intramural basketball, but, you know, I mean, just to kind of do something. I would go to the gym every once in a while, but it just never did it for me at all. I was happy. I was content with myself. I didn't put too much weight on. I want to say I put like 5 pounds on. That's not a ton, you know. As long as I was kind of going to the gym, I was fine with it. End of sophomore year, I started dating someone, and all the way into my junior year, dated someone, and this is the thing. When you start dating someone and someone starts accepting you, you get comfortable. And this person in particular always said that they loved me no matter what. And when you find someone that you date, that is so good and so bad. Good because that is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to find someone that loves you for you and loves you for what you are. Fat, heavy, skinny, whatever, muscular, I don't care. If you are the way you are and someone can accept that about you, then you need to keep that person no matter what. It's just, you have to. So junior year, gained a lot of weight. I gained probably 15 pounds. I kind of went to the gym, kind of didn't. I still rollerbladed. Rollerblading has always been my kind of outlet to life. It always has, always will be. And it's just nice to get outside and everything. So I still rollerbladed, but rollerblading only does so much, let's get real. Unless you're going super, super fast or something, you know, it only does so much. Junior year was, like I said, the absolute worst for me. When I got home for Christmas break, December, I noticed that I was having a really hard time breathing. My parents kind of brushed it off. They're like, oh, you're being dramatic, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, I really can't breathe. I was having a really hard time. I was, you know, like gasping for air. If any of you have asthma, you know that feeling of, oh my God, I feel like my lungs are about to collapse. I feel it. And I finally told my mom, I was like, I'm going to the doctor. Like, I'm going to the doctor. You can go with me. I don't care. I'm going to urgent care. Right now, we're going. And she went with me, and they said I had asthma. My mom was shocked because not a lot of people in my family have asthma. I have what's called like a seasonal asthma. I had chemical asthma in high school from swimming. I noticed I was really short of breath. I had an inhaler for that. I was fine. And December came around, and you know, it was something seasonal. There was something growing, something blooming, whatever. So I got put on an inhaler, and it was a steroid inhaler, obviously, to help build my lungs up for when it did happen. I only took it once in the morning at 2 puffs, and once at night, 2 puffs, and I was good. Anytime else I needed it, I had a rescue inhaler, I took it. If I needed to, I literally carried it with me everywhere just in case, because I was so paranoid, because I didn't want that feeling that day in the mall where I literally felt like I was going to pass out because I couldn't breathe. I'd never wanted that again. That's when the weight really was put on. Because of the inhaler, it was a steroid, I gained weight. That's what you do when you take steroids. You gain weight. Now, obviously, this was a prescribed steroid, guys, so don't freak out, but I gained a lot of weight. I mean, I was puffy and I was bloated, and I just couldn't even believe it. The picture, I went to Washington, D.C. with my boyfriend at the time, and I just like looked at myself like, oh my God, I'm so puffy. It's like, whew, okay. So I took the inhaler for a few months after, and then I started noticing that I didn't really need it. I only needed it when I worked out, if it was really cold out. So I kind of stopped, and I noticed that some weight was coming off. And I was like, okay, you know, I can do this. So end of the school year came, everything, you know, kind of still the same. I decided that I was going to start kind of getting back into the whole working out thing. But with working constantly throughout the summer, it just was kind of hard. And, you know, I don't know, for like a good 2 years, working out was never really a priority in my life. I don't know, it just really wasn't. Fast forward to 2014, so this last year, February, I went to NACA in Boston for my school, and it's a conference. It's just for booking shows and comedians and acts and everything to bring back to your school. And I really noticed my weight then. I had taken a picture of myself on the plane. And at the time I didn't notice it, but now that I look at it and compare it to what I look like now, my face was so puffy. My eyes were so sad. I was tired. I just didn't look like myself. I really didn't. And at that time, my then boyfriend kind of had made a complete lifestyle change and started eating better, doing exercising more, got back into, you know, his swing, because he had said that he had put on some weight, an unhealthy weight, and he wanted me to, you know, get back into working out, because he didn't want me to feel like he didn't want me to feel like how he was feeling. And I have to, you know, I never really thanked him for it, but, you know, for someone to be saying like, I don't think you're fat, I just don't want you to be unhappy. It takes a lot of courage to say that, and at the time I never really noticed it, but, you know, obviously looking back now, you know, I really just became distant with it, because I was like, I'm fine in myself, like, I don't need someone else to tell me that I'm, you know, what I look like. I know what I look like. And that took a big toll, and we ended up breaking up. There was obviously other reasons, but to me, when you lose a lot of weight and stuff like that, personalities change and everything. If you guys know someone in your personal life that has gone through a dramatic weight loss, you know that their personality changes. They become more confident, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'm not going to go into details about, you know, that whole thing, but it ended. And so, you know, I kind of took a look at myself and I was like, you know, Elle, you really do need to get back on track. You know, it's not healthy. You want to feel good in a bathing suit and you want to feel good in clothes. And to anyone out there that is heavier or anything and you are confident in yourself, I give you so much credit, because I know that for me, it's really not all about your weight. If you're happy with yourself, then that is great. But for me personally, I wasn't happy. When I looked in the mirror, I wasn't happy. When I wore clothes, I wasn't happy. I was wearing more sweatpants than ever because it felt fine. I never wore jeans because they were tight, and shirts never fit well, and I felt so itchy in my own skin, you wouldn't even believe it. So, end of April, I was like, nope, this is not okay. I'm changing this. Spring classes came along, and I was up at school a few days a week, and I really kicked it into gear. I took before and after photos, and I'm going to be showing you guys possibly those. I probably will, because I want this to be motivational for you guys, that you guys can do this. You guys can lose weight if you want to. If you're happy with the way you are, then more power to you, like, literally. But for those of you who don't feel good in clothes and don't feel happy within your own self, then I want to show you these pictures. So May came around and I started going to the gym every day. I started eating healthy. I started drinking water. I just started fresh, and I dropped 5 or 10 pounds within the first like month or something like that. I mean, it was all water weight. I was running. I was working out. I was just doing everything I should have been doing all along. Then my grandma went into the hospital, and I decided that after spring classes, I was going to move in with her. Big lifestyle change for me, but I thought, you know, as her granddaughter, I just needed to. So most of you guys should know that. If you guys noticed that my videos were pretty scarce throughout the summertime, and just, you know, it kind of took a back toll because family is first for me. As far as working out, I did work out. I wasn't as great as I was during the month of May for spring classes, but I was still good about it. I went to the park, I ran around the neighborhood. I made sure that she was okay first before I did anything, and if she needed me, I always had my phone on me. Like, I made sure that she was my first priority, but I also wanted to make sure that I was still keeping that promise to myself that I was going to make myself happier. So I kind of fluctuated throughout the summer and just kind of teetered with it. I wasn't putting a lot of weight on, but I also wasn't losing a lot of weight. But I was fitting in clothes better, and that's what made me happy. I was happier in a bathing suit, which for me was always a really long-term goal. I was, you know, happy laying out with people. I wasn't just like, I'm gonna lay out by myself, because obviously no one's here, no one sees me. I was happy when people came over and I wasn't embarrassed by myself. So that was like step number one, is just being able to feel good in myself. Didn't care really anyone else thought, because at the same time, everyone that knew me knew that my weight didn't matter. And, but you know, getting comfortable with myself was the first step. School came around and I just kept going. I kept eating good, and I drank water, and I worked out, and I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. I mean, I don't even know how to tell you guys how amazing it felt to get running again. I ran track in high school. I ran everything from long distance to sprints, and I had this love for running, and I had this passion for running that I have it like my dad. My dad was a college runner, and he ran throughout high school, and I mean, I remember texting him one day saying my new PR for my mile, which started out at 7:40, was down to 6:25, and he goes, "That's great, but don't text me until you get it to 6:15." And I just remember that feeling like I'm gonna text him one day saying that. I haven't reached it yet, but I remember it was September like 24th. So like a good month into school, I had worked out almost every single day and ate well Not as well as I probably could have. I mean, you gotta have cheat days. You gotta have days where you eat pizza and drink a slushie and, you know, eat some chips or whatever, because, you know, it's just good to, you know, show your body that I still love you. I still enjoy those things. But I remember it was September 24th. I texted my mom and I said, well, I can't keep washing my pants. She goes, why? And I said, I'm officially lost 20 pounds. And I mean, sending that text message made me so happy. I was like crying saying it. There's a lot of things in this world you can't control. You can't control the weather, you can't control who comes in and out of your life, but you can control yourself. You can control what happens, what goes in and out of your body, who you surround yourself with. That is it. You can control all that. And for me to finally take control and say, no, not anymore, and to lose 20 pounds of unhealthy fat was so amazing to me. I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, I struggled with it for so long, and to, you know, be able to say that I'm 20 pounds lighter than what I was is phenomenal. Like, you guys have just no idea. And I don't know, it's a good feeling, you guys. For any of you who do struggle with weight, it's a process. It really is. It's finding out what your body likes, what you enjoy. I personally really like doing at-home workout videos. I really like the Tone It Up girls. They're great. They're really easy workouts. I mean, I did like one of a 30, 60, 90 or something, and holy crap did they kick my butt. I was like, whew, I really gotta get back in the gym. So I can happily say that as of today, I am 160 pounds. That is not where I want to be at all. I actually would like to lose about another 10 pounds. A lot in my stomach. I want to really slim my stomach down. A little bit more in my legs. Those are my main areas. I like my arms. Actually, I really like my arms. I like my, you know, calves. My face is slimmed down. I want to work on toning my back a little bit, but that takes time. And right now, I'm working at it slowly. I'm doing what I can. You know, as you guys can see from where I was to where I am now, it's a big change. It's, you know, you guys might not see a ton of it, but I do. I feel it. I don't think there was a better feeling than knowing that I was down from a size 12 jean to a size 10. Even my size 10 jeans are kind of big on me. They're kind of loose. And I mean, I'm not doing this because I want to be skinny or anything. I don't really care to be skinny. I care to be healthy. I care to know that I'm taking good care of my body and that I'm, with the body that I was given, putting it to good use, taking care of it, making sure that it lasts long. But it is a nice plus when you know that you can fit into clothes that you never were able to fit into before. I remember I'd always buy clothes because, like, one day I'm going to be able to fit in these, one day. And if any of you guys have ever done that, you know it sucks because it'll hang in your closet and it haunts you. I stopped doing that. I really did. I stopped buying clothes that I said I could fit into because I liked them. I stopped because it put so much pressure on me. So much pressure on me to work out with people who were pushing me to be something and try and be something that I wasn't. I just stopped and I said, I'm going to do this for me on my time the way I want to. If I want to have pizza for dinner one night, I'm going to eat pizza. If I want to have salad for lunch, I'm going to have a salad. You have to do this for yourself. There is no other way. There's none. Oh my God, just saying it, I'm like, makes me so mad when I see people who are like, well, I'm gonna lose weight for my boyfriend. No, you don't lose weight for your boyfriend. You don't lose weight for your parents. You lose weight for you. You get healthy for you. You get fit for you. You don't have to impress anyone else in this world. Nothing. I don't care what anyone says. You do it for you. Because once you start doing that, it becomes a heck of a lot easier. Let me tell you, it is 10 times easier to do this. You don't care what society says. You don't care what your friends say, your family says. They don't really care. No one cares. You have to care. Yes, people will tell you all the time that I want to support you in this, I want to do this, but at the same time, they're probably handing you a piece of chocolate. And that is what it comes down to, is you saying, I'm doing this for myself because I love myself enough to make sure that the body that I was given lasts. it lasts as long as it possibly can, and I'm gonna do what I feel is needed to make it last as long as it can. So now it's January, and I lost 20 pounds in September, and I can gladly say I have kept it off. I have kind of fluctuated here and there. There was a time where I put like, I don't know, like 5 pounds back on, but I was just like so happy. Like I didn't even care. I was just so happy that I was down 20 pounds that putting 5 on, I was like, whatever, I don't even care. And it came off really easily once I started getting back into the gym and running and everything. And if you guys watched Vlogmas, you guys knew I had a really intense marketing class. I had a really intense semester towards the end, and I couldn't work out as much, but I made sure that I ate healthy. I made sure that I was sticking to somewhat of a diet, not smaller portions. My mom always told me growing up, she goes, just smaller portions, and I was like, oh, screw that. Like, I'm gonna eat what I want and work out harder. No, it is really about portion control. You know, you want 2 pieces of pizza, maybe just settle for 1. You know, it's not that hard. You want a large slushie, maybe get a medium. It's just about your intake and everything, and substituting things out, making sure you're drinking enough water, making sure you're getting enough protein. So, like I said, I've kept 20 pounds off. I have about 10 more to go. As far as the fat that I have, I want to tone my stomach up, and as well as my thighs, kind of want to tone my butt up, and as well as my back. And that is really because I'm going on a cruise. My parents gifted my brother and I a cruise for their 25th wedding anniversary, and I really, really want a triangle bathing suit. I have kind of set that as my goal, that once I've lost 30 pounds and feel good enough and toned enough, that I'm going to splurge on 1 or 2 of them. I see tons of girls wearing them, and I'm like, I really want one. I want to feel good enough to wear one of those. Now, most of the models in them are like stick thin, but I don't really give a crap about that. But I want to feel good in one, and I want to wear one on the cruise, and that's okay to set goals like that. That's okay, you know, but don't buy clothes because you'll say, I'm going to wear those one day. No, you have to reach your goal, and then you go splurge on new clothes. That's what you got to do. You have to reach your goal and then splurge. Not splurge and then go try and get your goal, because it doesn't work like that, people. It really doesn't. So that's where I'm at right now. If you guys would like to see a video that is strictly how I work out, some easy routines at home or even at a gym, meals, where I buy some of my food, what I buy, where I get my workout clothes, stuff like that, to help you get going with this, leave me a comment below or just give this video a big thumbs up. I will gladly do that. I want to help you guys as much as possible. Like I said, this is one of my most requested videos, and I want to be able to help you guys as much as possible, because I know that this is a hard thing for a lot of people, and I just want to be able to be there for you guys. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave me a comment below. I will answer them, or, you know, like give you guys advice if you guys need some. I will gladly do that for you guys. I just want to let you guys know that you guys are not alone in this. I am here with you 100% if you guys are struggling with it, if you're trying to. I know it's hard, but know that I'm here for you. If you guys want to send me a message or anything, or DM me on Twitter, you just let me know, and I will help you as much as I possibly can, because I know that it's nice to talk to someone that has gone through it without someone that hasn't gone through it, that thinks they're a supporter and everything, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me some comments with questions you guys have, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!